Welcome. This is the Men Church Stuff Podcast. This is the show where brothers-in-law DJ Culp and Brad Coleman talk about stuff from our perspective as men. It's a show for anyone who wants to hear how Christians interact with the world. And don't worry, we're real. We've grown up in church, and we want to share our experiences with you. We'll talk life stuff, church stuff, man stuff, and stuff. Here we go. Greetings, listeners here and there and everywhere, all across the land. This is episode 100 of the Men Church Stuff Podcast. I am one of your hosts, DJ Culp, as always, here with my beloved brother-in-law, Brad Coleman. Dude, Brad, episode 100.
Crazy. It seems like yesterday we were just talking about doing a podcast, and now we're hitting episode 100.
I know, man. 100 conversations between me and you.
DJ did not like my idea of dressing up as if we were 100.
No, I didn't.
Doing kindergarten. So we didn't.
Yep. No, people can do that in kindergarten. I will let them. I don't want to do it.
I could have put some baby powder in my beard. It would have been very
You
nice.
don't need baby powder in your beard, dude. I see enough gray. It's there. All right, so let's do a little quick update here, Brad, and rather than tagging out the end of the show, listeners, we have an important update for you. We now have an official website. It is ready. Dun dun dun. www.menchurchstuff.com. How original, Brad.
We hope that you can remember it, guys. I know it's tough.
I know it's tough. But
you made it simple so I could find it.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and I thought about adding a bunch of periods like men.church.stuff. Nope, just menchurchstuff.com. It is it's active. It's a live website. Obviously, it is still under construction because there are going to be things that Brad and I both will add in the coming days, but. I mean, we got a homepage. We have an About Us page with some photos of Brad, Tabitha, and the kids, and me and Sharon, the kids. Some bios. We've got pictures that have absolutely nothing to do with either one of us because I haven't gone through and updated those yet.
If you want to look at some random pictures,
there's a very attractive yellow background. I appreciated the saturation of the photo, but There's a contact us page. If you want to be on the show, you can fill out a short little form that will be sent to our email account. Just go navigate the page. There's some cool stuff to look at. But we are official now. We've got a website. And I have never designed a website in my life. So if you are a web designer and you would like some very free work, then you can contact us.
If you would like to get paid in nothing.
Yeah, right. I mean, we'll give you shout outs in the show. I'll be happy to do that.
Look how awesome this website was made by this person over here.
Right. But as it stands right now, I am the web designer. No, I am not looking for paid work. I have enough on my plate. But if you are impressed by it, feel free to let me know. I'm always willing to accept, praise for things that I do.
And if you're not, just let me know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let Brad know.
I'll break it to DJ softly.
Very softly. Okay.
People think the website is horrible. Horrible.
Sorry. I don't think it's bad,
I think it's good. I think it's good, and it's going to
especially for a first go.
Yeah.
Hey,
it would have been bad if you'd have tried to make it www.men.church.stuff. No one would have ever. I wouldn't even be able to find us. I was like, "Are you sure we got a website?"
Yeah, right.
Google has buried us so far.
Yeah, the only way you'd be able to find our website through Google is if you just type in like 4 question marks. Yeah. Then it would have pulled it up. So, listeners, I mentioned to you guys a couple weeks ago that show 100 is going to be a special show, and it is a special show. But I need to say this, and I'm not. I asked my wife multiple times over to be on the show, and what you need to know as a husband, guys, if you're out there listening and you're married, you do need to know when you need to stop asking your wife things. And that was one of the things. So
When your
rather,
wife says, I would rather go get root canals on all of my teeth than
actually,
be on your show.
see, Brad, I appreciate that, the comedy in that, but it got to the point where Shara actually said, "You're just not going to let this go, are you?" That's when okay. I need to be done. So here's what we did. Rather than having our wives on the show, this show in commemorating our 100th episode, Brad and I typed up a 10 question questionnaire.
I was like, 10
I don't know how to
question
word that. I
question sheet.
question sheet. Brad and I typed up 10 questions
Inquisition, Spanish Inquisition.
for our wives to answer. And this is actually an episode of Brad and I revealing to each other what our wives said about our questions. So, listeners, sit back and enjoy. Brad and I are going to dive into 10 questions about our show. This marks 2 years and a month since our
It's our 2 year and a month
podcast has
versary.
started. Do what?
It's our 2 year and a month versary.
2 year and a month versary. Yes. There's a bunch of hyphens in that one.
Must be a fancy thing. I don't get it.
Okay, so question number 1. How have you seen DJ and Brad grow together since the beginning of the show? Brad, this is what Cher says. I think they have deepened their relationship with each other since doing the show. They've been able to share day-to-day life stuff and confide in each other during tough times. I know DJ has expressed several times that he was so glad to be doing the podcast with Brad.
Well, Tabitha said, I've seen the two of you get closer to each other and be able to confide in each other in a way you hadn't before.
And Shara and I were with the kids, and we had just left watching a movie here in Milan, and something came up, and I told Shara about it, that something that you and I had talked about, and I looked at Shara and I said, with a smile on my face, one of the things I didn't realize that was going to happen with the podcast is that I was going to get another best friend out of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. And I don't know why, but what's cool is, on my end, at least, Brad, when you and Tabitha got married, I was, and you and I have mentioned this on the show before, but I was very excited that you were entering our family, because our family,
Because I'm just so cool.
well,
Right?
I mean, duh. Yeah,
Just
so cool.
add to the flair.
But our family welcomes with open arms.
Yeah.
And I was super, super excited to welcome you in as a brother. And over the years, that brother relationship has certainly deepened. But dude, I just wasn't expecting me and you to grow so close doing the show.
Yeah. Well, and again, we're an odd couple, but I think it works.
We are.
It,
Absolutely not couple.
it's a counterbalance.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what makes, again, and like I told you just a few minutes ago, because we haven't done this in over a week, that I've missed this. I know we've been in contact. It's not like we were just not talking at all or not having any communication, but we weren't here talking, kind of face to face over the Zoom, and
Yeah.
I've missed that.
Yeah, I have too. And I've missed again, just even having the outlet of why the show even began, of just knowing that I've got a thought, or I've got a question, or I've got something that I want to mull over, and I want to talk to Brad about it. And I know for the next 45 to 50, 55 minutes, whatever, about an hour, I'm going to have an opportunity to spend some time with my brother and dig into whatever the thought is. And
And one of the things,
I love that you are so open to to diving into that stuff too. You know, like it
yeah,
means a ton that that you're not one that, you know, either is just a yes man or is out to answer every single question.
right. And one of the things that I really appreciate is there's been, I think at least once for each of us where we've come together to get ready and record the show, and we've something's been on our mind or heart, something bugging us, and we've just spent that time and just kind of talked it through.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, we'll record the show later.
That's right.
And we just spent that time, and I appreciate that we have that, you know. And I think there's a lot of guys out there that probably don't have that. They don't
Yeah.
have someone, you know. I feel blessed to have you. I feel blessed that I have, you know, at least a handful of guys that I know I could call and just say, hey, I just need to get this off my chest.
That's
I
right.
just need to do that. And I think it's important to have that too. So and and to be that.
And to be that. Yeah. Um, yeah. Do you want to take a question two?
Yeah. So question two was, have you seen a change in your husband since the beginning of the show? And if so, how? So Tabby said, I think Brad has become more confident and comfortable sharing his opinions. Sometimes he holds back due to his conscientiousness, but DJ balances that.
Yes, I do.
I'd have to 100% agree with that entire statement.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you have got me to talk about topics on a podcast that I would have not in one-to-one conversation, but on a podcast being sent out on the airways would have avoided like the plague had it not been for you.
Right.
But also, she's right. I think I've in doing that and not dying, I re I realized, you know, okay, we we can we can do this sometimes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes. Um, speech is safe. I mean, it can be hurtful,
Yeah,
but to me, dude, that's always been a part of my persona ever since I can remember. Like, I need to talk things out, and I had to learn, obviously, but I had to learn how to talk things out without insulting people or giving without I have to talk things out and give them opportunity to participate.
yeah.
I remember in middle school and high school, I was really bad about that. That I would just talk and talk, and
Here's my opinion, and here's your opinion. You're
that's right.
welcome.
Yeah, I am my mother's son. All right, here we go. My Shara's answer to that. Have you seen a change in your husband? And if so, how? DJ has enjoyed spending more time with Brad, having their in-depth conversations and ridiculous conversations. He has been very interested in the show and finding a new, out-of-the-box way to share the name of Jesus with others.
Mhm.
DJ loves to strike up conversations with people about podcasts and invites them to listen to the Men Church Stuff podcast. It has been fun watching his excitement through this journey. Do you? I'm just curious. Do you do that, Brad? Like, have you ever done like a shameless plug with anybody you're talking about? Like, do you listen to podcasts? And I've got one.
So I am probably more subtle than that.
Mm,
Like if I'm meeting with some guy and like a ministry kind of thing for coffee, at some point it's probably going to work into the conversation.
mm.
Probably more often than not, I'll carry one of our mugs, you know,
Oh,
that kind of
yeah.
has my face on it. This one's not as like, you know, sometimes people will be like, "Is that your face?" Um, but the yellow one that I have that has like, you know,
Yeah.
basically our logo,
Yeah.
like full color, you and my face, people will still be like, do you have a mug with your picture on it?
That's awesome.
And it
Why,
really
yes,
opens the
I do.
conversations. Well, yeah, let me. And we have the homeschool network that meets at the church, and so again, I'm not as like comfortable as maybe you are in some of those things. So again, I get the job done just differently. It's like I will usually use one of those cups,
Right.
and so oh yeah, I do a podcast, and a couple of people have been like, oh yeah, let me look it up. Oh, I'm gonna share this with my husband. Or
That's
now,
cool.
whether
That's
they
cool,
ever
man.
did, and whether their husband is, if you're in the homeschool network and your wife shared this podcast with you and you're still around, hey, we're glad to have you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't do it all the time.
Yeah,
Um, but I'll say it's almost like I test the spirit,
yeah,
like I really want to mention this to this person. And I won't say verbatim in my heart, God, should I? But I'll just be like, is
mm,
this one of these moments where I probably need to say something? And if that's the case, then I'll say, so just out of curiosity, do you listen to podcasts? And if they say no, I'll be like,
yeah.
ah, okay, cool, never mind.
Well, and so I had coffee with John Reeder, who obviously listens to the podcast.
Shout out to John. What's up, man?
John was going to preach, and he actually preached at church on Father's Day,
Hmm.
and it came up in the conversation that I've kind of been hesitant to even just in sharing it with the church because I don't want it to be like self
Yeah,
promotion
promotion,
and
sure.
all of that stuff. So John worked with Tabby and Emily in making the slides and had a slide put up at the end, and then took a couple minutes to be, hey, like I don't know if you guys know this, but our pastor does a podcast, and this
Dude,
is
that's
it.
awesome.
Here's the information. So yeah, so you can say your shout out thanks to John
Yes.
there for that.
Yeah,
And
shout out to John again, man. Thanks. I don't want to do the next question,
well, I'm going to tell you, I just read it because Tabby had gave me the answers to all the others as she was doing them, but she had
but
left
she
this one blank, and now I'm reading it for the first time. So
Oh
yeah,
man.
so I just read it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun.
So,
But not
listeners,
really.
we'll do this. There's another question, and they have answers. Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, what is something embarrassing about your husband that you would like the listeners to know? And my wife said nothing. My wife said DJ doesn't have any embarrassing moments in his history. I married the perfect man.
We are men of action. Lies do not become us.
That's true. Okay. Dang it.
I'm just like, I don't know what yours is. And I'm like, is yours going to be worse than mine? And then mine's going to
Yeah,
be like,
it
oh,
is.
yeah. Oh,
It
no,
is.
no problem.
DJ was a part of a group of guys in college who performed lip sync Backstreet Boys songs with choreographed moves, and we called ourselves the Front Street Boys.
I did not know this. Are there videos? Is there
I am
evidence?
no, see, Brad, that's not another question.
No, it
It's
is for
only
me.
it's only is there an embarrassing moment? That's it,
Hmm.
Brad.
Don't worry. I am an investigative journalist at heart. It's out there. I will find it.
Yes, there is.
Hmm.
And Shara even
Did she
Shara
send the
even has
link? Wait. Did she send the link in the email? I didn't even look at it because we weren't.
Shara has a dedicated DVD
Oh,
called The
yes.
First.
Which will be on
Oh
sale
my
later in the at the Men Church Stuff podcast store.
God.
We're gonna sell out. We're gonna sell
We're
out.
gonna sell
Hey,
out.
I think we've just funded the podcast forever.
That's right. Okay.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Okay, Brad. Enough about me.
Yeah. What's something embarrassing about your husband that you would like the listeners to know? Brad smells his hands after he touches anything, all caps, like anything and everything.
It's about you, Brad.
Well, you know,
It's like Robert from Ray doing the doing the
uh,
touch his chin while he eats.
I've learned to be a lot more subtle about my nuances and will resist in certain situations. But yes, when I'm at home, I do know what a lot of things smell like. Just like like transmission fluid versus oil.
You
There's
realize that now, like every podcast, that's what I'm going to be looking for. On your end, all I'm going to hear is because I'm just waiting, waiting for Brad to smell his hands.
most of the time it's like if there was something on it that I might have picked up on my hands. And it really comes from like when I was like a kid and then some of my sensory stuff and then some of my like germophobia. So it was like I would smell, okay, did I get that on my hand?
Yeah.
But it would drive me nuts if I have a bad smell on my hand. Even
Oh,
though like
dude.
it's down here, like my brain is like, no, I can't handle it.
I know.
And then I'm I gotta get coffee grounds are good for getting some smells off of your hands. I don't know if you know this.
So yes, actually, I did. I did. This was several years ago, but I was, I got to be curious about getting a new cologne, and so I think we were in like we were in a Macy's maybe, upscale department store if it wasn't Macy's, but they actually had little jars of coffee beans so that like you get the testers, you spray it, you wave it, let the alcohol go away, and then once you smelled it, you went they've got this coffee beans for you to smell the coffee beans, kind of cleanse that palate so that the smells don't kind of overlap and you don't really know which smell is
Yeah.
which.
So coffee's awesome. It's
Coffee is
just, yeah.
amazing, has so many different uses to it.
So you know, later on the website, we'll have a nice list of things that Brad likes to smell and things that Brad does not like to smell. Yeah, I'll just differentiate for you.
Just
These are good.
we can just do
Good
a T chart,
smell. Yeah, good smell, bad
Bad
smell.
smell.
And honestly, I'm the kind of person that there's not a whole lot in between. There's not a whole lot of like, this is there's a
Yeah.
few, but most stuff
Okay,
it's one or
so
the other.
Brad, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is there something that you love to eat
Hmm.
because it tastes great but
Hmm.
smells terrible?
Shrimp,
You don't like the smell of shrimp.
not like if
I didn't
it's
know
the
that.
fishy, oily. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you probably haven't smelled your fingers after you've ate shrimp. If you've
Oh,
eaten
well, I
any
mean,
with your
I
fingers.
cook with shrimp often, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a super. It's a different fishy.
Well, and again, like fish would probably be in that like too. Like I don't particularly care for the fish scent. I love
right.
to catch fish.
Yeah,
I like to eat fish.
right.
But yeah,
The in between.
that's probably the biggest one. Like seafood or
Yeah.
fish, seafood kind of in general. Like I not so fond of the like now the aroma of them. Like if they're cooking
Hmm.
is a little different
Gotcha. Okay.
than like the oils, the fish
Hmm.
oil. I don't like fish oil
Yeah.
on my fingers. I don't like the way it smells.
Mm. All right, Brad, number 4, go.
What have your thoughts and feelings been about the show? Were you on board with the idea of the show? So I'm not going to do this justice in any way, form, or fashion because I don't have the emotional palate that my wife does. So you
Mm.
guys will just have to imagine this being said in a very excited manner. I freaking love the show! Exclamation
Oh,
point. It's legitimately as if I'm sitting in the room with the two of you when I listen.
yeah. Does Tabitha listen to the show?
So she is not I'm going to catch every episode and not
Mm.
miss it.
Yeah.
She does listen. There's times when we'll listen together, especially if we're on like a road trip or something, and she'll just put on the podcast and sometimes she'll scroll through and look for one that looks interesting to her.
That's fun. That's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
like so you got to keep up on those titles, DJ.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, Shara doesn't, and it's not because she doesn't like our podcast. She never got on the podcast train, like
Because
ever.
she hates our podcast.
She hates our podcast. Yeah. Actually,
It's,
her answer says, "This show's stupid. I hate both of
yeah,
you."
yeah, I hate both of you.
No, like, yeah, anytime that she has listened to the show, she does like it. But again, it's not the way that she learns. It's not the way that she processes.
Yeah.
It's just podcasting is not
Mhm.
something that Shara really connects with. So, but here's what Cher has to say at first. And this is true, dude. At first, I was not sure how long the show would last due to DJ's habit of going all in hard and fast on a new idea. Because and I'll finish the idea that she's driving at. Anytime that there's something brand new in my life, what
Mhm.
I typically do is I go hard and fast. I'm all in, and then I get tired of it. I
Yeah.
get sick of it. I run out of ideas or something like that. And to be honest, dude, just kind of like thinking off the top of my head right now, I think part of the reason that the show has continued, like, is because I know that you're relying on me
Man,
to be on my end of the bargain. And that
I'm glad to
changed.
help.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad to be of assistance.
That's
I'm
funny.
good at that one. I
Yes,
am
you are.
good at
Yes, you
that.
are, Brad.
I've been
Yes, you
made for that
are.
role.
Yeah. Well, here's what she continues. I could see how much both DJ and Brad were enjoying the podcast, and the excitement and momentum just kept increasing. I was supportive. I was supportive of his idea at first, and still am now. Yeah, Shara, I don't think Shara freaking loves the show, but she loves that it's a part of my life. That it's another outlet for me. She loves. I am going to take the opportunity, Brad, and speak for her on this part. And
Be
I don't.
careful. This is being recorded.
I know, and feel free to repeat this.
Right. And I
Um,
am the one receiving it.
yeah, right, yeah.
Hey, Sharon, just tune in. 12.34 seconds, 12 minutes, three.
So I think one of the reasons that Shara does love that we're still doing the podcast, I think she loves seeing, in a very bittersweet way, she loves seeing you and me interact, even though we're not siblings, but you and I interact as brothers
Mhm.
in a way that it was taken from her, right?
Yeah.
And I think that, and I'm not going to go into detail, but when Adam first died,
Mhm.
I didn't even want to call Tabitha.
Yeah.
I needed to. I had to call my sister, but I didn't want to because I didn't want under any circumstance to 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 bring about envy,
Mhm.
on Cher's part that I could call my sibling and she couldn't. And
Right.
so obviously those days have gone, but I think that there's an element of you and me
Mhm.
doing this that brings her peace and brings her, a very
Well,
certain
good.
sense of joy through that.
As long as we do it and we don't have her on the show.
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If seriously, it would be the one of the worst experiences of our lives if we had her on the show. And I quote, no joke, and I quote, she finished this up last night, and I quote, I couldn't there's no way I would have been able to do that in real time.
Mhm.
Just answering questions like this because she is like she's just so self-conscious. I mean, and it's okay. Like some people have the fear of not being able to think on their feet. And again, she's a processor. She needs to sit down. She's got to have time to really mull things over. Um, so I don't know about you, but question number 5, it's not a very detailed answer here, but question 5, listeners, I thought, you know what, let's ask this. I'm curious to know what Cher has to say. Has the show or its influence impacted our marriage in any way? And Cher says this: opportunities have opened to talk about various topics that DJ and Brad have discussed on the show. And that's true.
Tabby said, yeah. So Tabby said, I think it's helped us in our journey to better communicate, especially our insecurities. It's a good starting point for a lot of good conversations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
There have been moments where you and I will have had a topic that we've talked about, or shoot, man, just something that you would have, just something you would have dropped almost like casually, that I'll go back and I'll be like, Brad said this. I'm curious, like, have you ever had that happen? What's been your experience? That kind of thing.
yeah. So it has not been, it has been at least positive and not detrimental. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's good. I take that as a win answer.
Yo, absolutely. It's a win. All right, Brad, you're up to bat.
All right. The question number 6, what cartoon duo, wait, did I skip one?
Nope.
No? Okay. What cartoon duo would you describe DJ and Brad as on the show?
I'm interested to see what Tabitha has to say.
Oh, again, I was sitting there watching and she was like thinking and typing, like, and looking and doing all this kind of, she took a lot of time on this question. And then she smiled. So her answer is Pinky and the Brain. I'll let you ... I'll let you decide who is who.
I mean, I think that we know who is who. I take a little offense to it, but we take.
I mean, one is a genius, the other's insane. Although, DJ, you do need to know that my theory on the show is that as the brain is actually the insane one, and Pinky is actually the genius.
Pinky's the genius.
Well, for one, he foils Brain's attempts to take over the world.
He does.
Almost every episode. And there's been a few episodes where he's kind of let out these really intelligent genius side of him. So just to muddy the water a little
Yeah,
more.
right. Okay. So I'm going to say that there's at least a portion of Cher's answer is directly related to the stage of life that our children are in right now. Because out of nowhere, they started binge watching every single day this series of movies. I am Buzz Lightyear and you are Woody. like DJ and Brad, they are best friends, enjoy each other's company, loyal and determined to make a difference.
And very, very different.
Very different.
In every other aspect.
Apparently, I live a life of delusion,
Right. That's right. I'm trying to bring you down to earth. You're a toy, DJ. You're a toy. You can't fly. That's not flying. It's falling with style.
That's right. You are a sad man,
snake
and you
in
have
my
my pity. Very well.
Somebody poisoned the water hole. It's a good question.
Okay. Dude, Brad, I love Shara's answer to this. Question number 7. This is Brad's question, actually. If the show becomes famous and DJ and Brad have lots of money, I love the hypothetical here, the ridiculousness. What is the stupidest thing that they would each spend money on? Now, I need to say this. This is stupid according to Cher's definition.
Right.
Because
I would agree. I would agree with that sentiment after looking at what my wife did.
Yeah, like her answer is, this is not stupid. Are you serious? This is the greatest answer she could have ever come up with for me. DJ, coffee from every country in the world. That's not stupid.
I'm not drinking it, DJ. I'm not drinking the coffee that comes out.
I am in. I am so in on this.
That comes through the digestive system of the little rodent. I'm out on that one.
Dude, if I've got
all the rest, I will try with you.
At least once. Yes, in my head, as long as you don't tell me what it is.
Yeah.
If I know that I'm actually eating that, or I'm drinking that, yeah, like, no, But
ABD coffee
yeah,
already been
oh,
digested.
oh. Or ABP already been pooped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This will
So
clean you out. It worked for the mongoose or whatever.
that's right. Yeah, or maybe there's something bad about it. Like, dude, it didn't make it through that thing's digestive tract. Why do
Yeah.
you think it didn't make it through yours?
And you know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid it would be as good as they claim it would
I
be.
know, I
And
know.
then I would
Yep.
just want to drink it.
All right. So for me, coffee from every country in the world, and for you,
Hmm.
all the gear available to catch monster catfish
That's right. And a trip to fish for the whales catfish in Europe.
in Europe.
Yeah, it was
I have seen pictures of those things, and I mean,
monstrosities.
scary.
It's like a flathead catfish with a back of a tadpole. Like it's
Yeah, it's
like
exactly right. Really
and they
weird.
get like 9 feet long and like hundreds of pounds. It's the one where I've said I want to catch one, and when it gets to the surface, I want to look and be like, I don't need to go like to Nineveh or somewhere, right? Before I go.
That's right. Get yourself right with God before you catch this
Yep.
thing.
So my wife said, um, for me, Star Wars Lego sets and fishing stuff,
I
which is a
mean,
little bit of a simplification, but
yeah,
but
like,
I accuse your sister a lot of
mhm.
oversimplifying things. I know I overcomplicate things, but
So
you
when she does, so
oversimplify
when she does it, you
things.
you still are critical of it.
Like, so when you say Star Wars Lego sets, right? I mean like I've got the Millennium Falcon and the AT-AT, the big like $800 job would look really nice on that other shelf across the room. That'd be a good start.
A
But
good
she's
start.
but she's not, she's not wrong. And yeah, and fish and stuff. I think Shara kind of just opened up what Tabby was trying to get there. Fishing stuff.
Yeah, just
Every
fishing stuff. Yeah, right. Like, because I guess to that point, if you do say all the gear available to catch monster catfish, well, what about all the gear available to catch catfish?
yeah.
Right? I mean, because if we had lots and lots of money and you wanted to spend it on what she claims is stupid stuff, I don't see you limiting your fishing to monsters. I mean,
What is this? Yeah, what is this in your what do you got here in the backyard, Brad? Oh, I'm raising shad.
raising shit.
I'm gonna make them super big. I found a way to
Dude, wouldn't it
genetically
be awesome
modify.
to have a coffee room?
Probably not in your shad
No, no,
shad
no.
shack.
Shad Shack.
Those two smells don't go together.
B-52 should have sang about that. All right.
Those are dangerous.
Dude, I cannot wait to hear
This is a
Tabitha's answer
dangerous
to this.
question.
Yeah, you're up.
Am I up? Am I up already? If DJ and Brad both told you to sit down and shut up, how would you respond? Now, I will say that I think this answer is that she gave is not true. It's watered
Oh,
down. It's watered down
oh,
because I think if we were to both say that the podcast would be over and you guys would all be welcome to our joint funeral.
no, I think that no, Tabitha wouldn't kill me because it's nothing for me to tell her to sit down and shut up.
Okay, well, you'd have a new guest host.
Okay, that's fair.
She said you would both get the teacher slash mom look, and I would
Mhm.
most likely yell at you both. Honestly, neither of you are, and in all caps, that stupid.
I love it. Well, I want you to know that
I'm interested to see what your wife is going to
yes.
say
So
because, I do not know the answer to this. I would not, and she's a Kentucky country
right, yeah, as we
girl,
recently learned, yes.
so like I got a little more wisdom in me than that, but
So this is actually true.
Hmm.
I mean, top to bottom.
I was like, I've never yelled at your wife to shut up
Mm-mm,
and sit down. So
mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
just for the record, everyone, or my wife.
Well, it doesn't say yelled, sit down and shut up. Just if we told
Okay.
them to
Yeah. Yeah.
just sit
Okay.
down and shut up. Shara says, I would be stunned at first and probably speechless. Then I would shoot them a look that could kill and say with attitude, excuse me? That would be all, because after that, they would be begging for forgiveness.
I would sit down and shut up.
Yeah, right.
Cheryl looked at me like that. I would sit down and shut up and probably apologize like profusely in the process. It's like, I'm gonna shut up now, but I just want to
Yes.
let you know that I will never do that again. And I'm sorry,
My
ma'am.
bad. My bad.
He made me do it.
He made me do it. Yeah. And I think like I love that question because it really does put things in an odd perspective, because Tabitha and I, being brother and sister,
Right.
I can tell that to her all day long and it not faze me. But thinking about what would Shara do if even Brad told her to sit down and shut up? Brad, don't, dude,
No, I mean,
just don't.
right. Like, listen, the only way that happens, is if Jesus looks me dead in the eye and says, you need to tell your wife this. And then I'm gonna like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Right, you're gonna Gideon it. I need
Like,
you.
you want me? Hey, I got
need you
this
to put the
fleece
dew
over here. Yeah.
I need you to put the dew on the grass. Leave the sponge dry. Okay, you know what? Let's do this again. Let's do it one more time.
You know how I shut your sister up?
By telling her you love her and giving her a hug,
especially early on, even like kind of when we first started dating, or actually, in one way, this is how we started dating. I kiss her.
Yeah.
Like we were not dating. She liked me. It was just, she kind of pursued me. Then she gave up on me. Then I got jealous when she was dating another guy. And then I locked my keys in my truck, which was parked illegally on campus, and it was running.
Oh, dude.
And it was, I had this big project due the next day, which I was getting ready to spend an all-nighter on. And every place that I called was like, oh, your truck has this bar that keeps you from being able to just easily do that. There's only like a couple of guys that can actually do that. And looks like they were all on vacation that day. So finally, like, I'm texting your sister, who was my best friend at the time, and she was like, do you want me to come out there? And I was like, yes. But then she came out, and then she just kept talking. She kept talking. And she kept talking. And she kept talking. And I was like, I knew better even then to hey, you need to shut up. And so I kissed her.
You kissed her. Dang, dude.
And she was silent. Which, I mean, now this was, yeah. Anyway, longer story for another day.
But I love that this is now on public record.
Yeah, well, she knows. Oh, yeah, she knows.
That anytime that Brad goes in for a kiss, there are one of two reasons. Either A, he just wants to show his love for her, or B, he needs Tabitha to shut up. I would prefer to think that Brad kisses my sister to make her shut up all the time, and I'm fine with that.
I would disagree with that statement, but it's definitely times I've done. I think as if we're in a conversation with other people, and I feel like she's going like either like she's about to give too much information,
right,
or something. Like if we're sitting, I will just tap her on the leg, like with my hand, just gently. But if we're standing, I'll do it behind her, just kind of gently tap her on the side or whatever. And then sometimes she gets mad and she'll out me to the people we're talking to. She's like, all right, my husband just gave me the signal that I shouldn't say what I'm about to say to you, so I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right,
okay. You didn't have to do that.
That right there is our segue. I love that this is our segue. If, in my opinion, Shara's answer to question 9 is the best answer I have ever heard her give pretty much in my entire life outside of do you want to marry me and are we going to have kids? Right? All right. So question 9, listeners, is if you had to pick actors and actresses to portray both couples, who would you pick? All right. So for me, Chandler from Friends. I'm sarcastic, funny, socially awkward at times, caring and loving. For her, Monica from Friends. She's an organizer. She's a planner. She likes things done a certain way. She's competitive and she's loving, which is true. I love more than anything else her answers for you and Tabitha. Do you want yours first? Do you want Tabitha's first?
I don't know. The anticipation is killing me.
Okay, then let's do yours.
Yeah.
Patrick Warburton.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you don't know who this is, that's the voice of Krunk. It's the high five guy from Seinfeld. Yeah.
Just very stoned.
Yes, that's right. Low intensity, doesn't talk much, funny and silly.
Yeah.
But dude, the winner, Tabitha, Molly Shannon.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
No, yes, you will when you look her up. Funny, forward, bold, and TMI gives too much information at times.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I didn't know her name.
Yes, and that is the winner. That's like, it's the greatest answer in the world. Even I wouldn't have come up with this. When I read this, I was like, that is absolutely my sister. If there was a person that could easily replace Tabitha's personality on camera, that is who it is. No other actress that I could rack my brain exists that has
everybody. If you imagine those two actors being in a sitcom together, raising children,
I love it. That's so good. It's so good.
I'd watch it. I would watch it.
Yeah, right.
All right. So Tabby's answers for me, she said Billy Gibbons.
Billy Gibbons?
Yeah. So he's one of the guys from ZZ Top.
Okay.
But well, and
is it just the beard?
No, she watched this show called Bones, and like he plays the dad in that role.
Bones, like the forensic
drama.
I love that show. I didn't know he was in that.
So Monica, no, is it Monica? No, it's not Monica, is it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. One of the ladies on the show, her dad is actually him, and so he plays himself.
Billy Gibbons plays Billy
Gibbons. Yeah,
that's awesome.
As her dad, and so like he's
remember
country. That. You know, when he talks, there's not a big fluctuation of emotion, and he's got a big beard. And I was like, well,
he does have a big beard, dude.
I approve. Very cool guy.
Yeah,
I'll take that. And she said for her, Sandra Bullock. But apparently she had thought that one out for a long time because she was like, I've always thought if I got to pick somebody to play me on screen, who would it be? Sandra Bullock, obviously.
I think Sandra Bullock is too tame for Tabitha. She doesn't. I mean, I'm sure that Sandra Bullock could like sort of channel and like a boisterous, you know,
so the question, but like the question we need to ask, the question that we need to ask is that the way that Tabitha sees herself?
As Sandra Bullock?
She see herself again?
Well, I mean, in that case, I'm Tom Cruise, baby.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like personality wise, like the way that she is, like on screen, where it's fun but reserved. Reserved being the key word I'm looking. Is that the way that my wife sees herself?
Does Tabitha know what the word reserved means?
Well, and this is why I asked, because again, we've had this conversation for a long time. I did not realize that I'm the way I am. I felt like, because I feel strong emotions.
Sure.
I felt like that those were erupting out
Christmas.
Of
Christmas at the Culps will open your eyes to what your emotions are like. Yeah.
Especially if you give me something that I really like. And it's like, this is awesome.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And that's it. That's it. It's like, yeah.
I will,
And
dude.
Tabby has started doing the thing where she's like, now if you want it, here, I'm going to demonstrate how Brad really feels.
That's right.
And
I
she
love
like
that. I love the
erupts with
demonstration. Yes.
erupts with excitement.
I
And
remember
she's right. I'm like,
I
I
remember
feel that.
I got your name as a draw gift like 7 years ago. And dude, I racked my brain and I'm like and I told Shara, I think I want to get Brad a jacket, like a heavier kind of like wintry coat. We were in J.C. Penney and I found this one that was like Sherpa lined, it's
Yep.
denim. I was like, I can see Brad enjoying that. She's like, "Oh yeah, I think he would really like it." So you opened it and you did
It
your
was
Patrick
great.
Warburton face.
Let me tell you what, I loved that coat. I
Yeah.
actually I lost that coat.
Oh
Figured out what
no.
happened. And this is sometimes the way God works. Okay, I'll be honest.
Mm,
I We're pretty sure I left it at Donna Phelps, who helps a lot of low income people, who helps a lot
mm,
of people in homeless like type
yeah,
situations.
right.
And so we're pretty sure I left it at her house, and it got given to somebody.
Mm,
But yeah, I wore that coat for years,
yeah.
and I loved it. Yeah, you were right, and
Well,
you
well,
have that ability. So, but yeah, I was
but
like, this is
here's
cool.
here's the thing. I remember Tabitha calling and saying, "So I like Brad wants you to know." Oh no, no, no! You sent a text. That's what it was. You
Yeah.
sent a text. Thank you for the code or something like that. And then Tabitha called as a way almost to confirm. Brad wanted to know. He said, "Do you think DJ would appreciate a text like letting him know that I really love the coat?" And she was like, "Well, yeah." So she called and said, Brad wanted you to know that he loves that coat." And I'm like, "Okay, that's good because I wasn't too sure."
But here's the secret you have to know about me. Again, I am very like I'm an empath, and I see people, observe people.
Right.
So I see when your reaction to my reaction, right? So I
Yeah.
see and I feel like, okay, he was just like, I disappointed him in that, he's disappointed and he thinks that I don't like it probably. And that's not the case, but I can't be what he needs me to be in this
That's
situation.
right.
So how can I do that?
Yay! Like without coming across as crass and
Yeah.
sarcastic. Yeah.
Right. And I talked to Tabby because I was so worried. I was like, do you think that the kids think I hate everything? And she's like, your kids know you, right? So
That's
they know
right.
your nuances. They can read that
Oh, I
better than
know.
anybody else. So they know what it looks like when you're excited. And so they see that, even though it's very low key and may even look like not excitement. Because I was like, I don't want my kids to grow up thinking my dad hates everything. My dad hated everything I ever gave him, everything I ever
Yeah, right.
brought him,
Right.
because this is how
Yeah,
I am at Christmas. I'm like, thanks, this is awesome.
this is
That's
great.
how I express.
Yep. Woohoo. All right. So last question here, Brad, to close the show. Show 100. This is again to our lives. Do you think the show should continue and why? And Shara says, yes, I think it
No,
should con
you skipped something. We did not talk about who
No, we
she
didn't.
picked for you
For me
and
and Tabitha,
Shara.
or me and Cher, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Billy Gibbons and she's Sandra Bullock.
Yep.
Me and Shara.
Okay. Steve Carell and Anne
I
Hathaway.
and who?
Anne Hathaway.
I love that. I accept Steve Carell hardcore. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Office fan. Actually, I'm not an Office fan, but I
We're still
love
praying for you.
I love Steve Carell's his personality, comedic
Yep.
timing, all of that's great. And dude, Anne Hathaway, I bet Anne Hathaway opposite Steve Carell would be a great duo. Because she's funny. She can be dry, but
Mhm.
she's also like I definitely see kind of like the reserved nature of Anne Hathaway
Yep.
coming out in Shara. Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome. All right. So last question. Do you think the show should continue and why? Shara says yes. I think it should continue. Both Brad and DJ are having a great time with the show and are strengthening their relationship. I have heard several of our friends and acquaintances tell DJ that they are still really enjoying the show. It always meets, it always means a lot to me, a ton to me, very endearing. When someone says, "I listened to the show, I loved your show," and I'm a person, unfortunately, to my detriment, I'm a person that, like, do people still love the show? You know what I mean? I appreciate that you said that you enjoyed that episode, or that you've enjoyed episodes up to this point. And so it's always encouraging to know that our show is impacting. And I want to take this moment real quick, Brad, before you read Tabitha's. It was about a month ago, maybe even 2 months ago, and I responded back. But I want to give him a shout out to Steve Chappius. Chappie Facebook messaged me once and said, and I don't remember what the episode was, but he said that he really appreciated the episode, that it spoke to him. And like, it's just little stuff like that,
Yeah.
Chappie, I really appreciated that, man. I really did. So, all right, go ahead, Brad.
Cody said, I absolutely do! Exclamation point. I think you guys are making a difference in lots of men and young men's lives. One thing this world needs more of is honest truth that comes from love, and that is what you all do. That's what you all do.
I appreciate that. Um,
I'll let your sister know.
yeah, right. Like,
She'll listen to this episode, actually.
yeah, she will.
There's no doubt. Like, she will listen to this episode.
Don't tell her. Actually, make her listen to the
I'm not
episode
gonna tell her
to see who Shara said Tabitha was.
Yep.
But I don't know about you. I love, Brad, just even having another opportunity to get real about things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I do. I do.
It's
I like meaningful conversation.
yes, yeah, meaningful conversation, and I love being able to be the one or bounce ideas off of you, but getting to choose the topic of the real conversation. So,
My computer's about to die.
yeah, I was about to say, Brad, you're lagging.
I think it's gone in low power mode.
Well, while Brad fixes that, listeners, thank you. Brad and I thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of our show. We really hope that our show impacts you. That's why we do it. It's not because we think that we're wiser than anyone, actually quite the opposite. But the topics that we talk about, we feel that God has really brought us through different things in our lives that has given us insight on these topics. And the show is absolutely going to continue. I remember reading, Brad, that and listeners, I'll let you know this too, if you guys don't know anything about podcast statistics, that generally speaking, it takes a podcast 2 years and or 100 episodes to really start gaining traction in the podcast world.
Woohoo!
And so the fact that we have hit 100 episodes in the world of podcasting is a huge mile marker. But that said, listeners, I really want to kind of get authentic here. Not to say that I haven't been up to this point, but like, I've often tossed around the idea, what if we were to get big? And I love not having any worry at all about accountability from places that it doesn't need to come from.
I wish I could say that I
Yeah.
love feeling that way too.
Yeah, right. But Brad doesn't.
But it doesn't matter if it is
it
a
doesn't-
real thing or not. I'm still going to worry about it. It's like,
Yeah. I'm always I'm always worried. I say worried. I try to be conscientious as to how things come out. But I mean, how I think is how I think, and how other people think is how other people think, right? I mean, that's
So I'm told. Yeah.
yeah, right. Go read Hosea.
I've been told that I need to stop trying to make myself responsible for regulating other people's emotions.
Good word. I'm
Yeah, I know.
guessing that has come from your wife
In part, yes.
in part.
Yes. But yeah. But backed up by some other people.
Yeah. Well,
I'm working on it.
all that said, listeners, we love you guys. We
do.
really do. It's not superficial, I promise. And we would love for you to contact us. So, this is the first time, Brad, that I officially get to say this. Listeners, connect with us on our website. You can go to our website and find the contact us page. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your questions. We still want funny church stories. So quick and easy ways to go to our contact us on our website and just type out a funny church story and submit. And you don't have to remember.
If you don't have one, go make one.
But we need funny church stories. But guys, connect with us. You can find all of the places that we can get connected on our website, Instagram, Facebook. We don't have any other social medias, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, contact us, connect with us, join our Facebook group page. But again, we've got now this centralized website that you can visit us. Share our podcast. We need you guys. If you haven't done that, share our podcast with people that you think would be interested, people that you know would need to hear the voices of two Christian guys. It's not the insight. It's just the fact that Brad and I are two Christian guys that are doing life together. I firmly believe, Brad, that there can't be enough podcasts dealing with guys in Christianity, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean,
and this is not a men's exclusive podcast, not by any stretch. So, yeah, rate and review our show. But beyond that, Brad, I love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Listeners, thank you for tuning in to show 100, and we will see you on show 101 next time.
All right. Go be his church until you're 100 or more.